Das war ein Befehl! Der Angriff Steiners war ein Befehl!
Okay, we are live. Everybody introduce yourselves.
Hey, it's Greenstar here of White Lion Studios, the one who runs the channel primarily, because apparently that's how life is. Everyone else?
Iron War Horses, I'm the guy who does like all the fit and edits stuff. I literally have my name on almost every video that will be at some point uploaded, but we're getting like a bunch of stuff queued up and etc, etc. And we will have a shit ton of stuff soon.
Amen.
Yes, including a really cool music album.
Does the figment of her imagination want to introduce herself?
I am Joey the Cat, and I will upload videos soon on my channel, maybe.
All right.
Probably.
Yep.
Is there anybody else?
Nope, just us three.
So there's no survivor of Jaws, because as we all know, Jaws leaves no survivors.
No, he's probably at work today.
And Obi-Wan Kenobi isn't here either?
No.
Okay, let's start this. Basically, this is a flex by Greenstar. He wants to show me his editing skills.
My shitty editing skills, mind you. This is like YTP level of shit. Screen share, please. Oh, but you're not. Screen.
Hold on.
Ding. Yeah, Pingus.
I'm being a moron.
Share your screen, not your camera.
Share your screen, not your dick. not your
my
nude.
pee-pee.
Wait. Yeah. There we go. And share audio.
Yeah, I'm sharing audio, I think.
Good.
Just let me double
Alright,
check.
yeah, you can play.
Yeah, okay, I am. Alright.
Yep, this is YTP levels of stupid. Because I took a bunch of other videos and edited them. You got it,
I love how it literally starts pause there. You missed that.
Yeah, it's fine. This is like the first major edit I've ever done. James Cameron home intensifies, because why not? Back here where I was basically on LSD. Well, not really, but still.
I like it when you learn.
What is with the Chinese junk style sales? The fuck?
That is from a different music video. That's from a music video. I can doubt this is the remix of My Heart Will Go On. He's editing right here.
Yeah.
He's just one of you.
Oh my god.
And of course it's Captain Marlowe theme, because I had nothing better to do with my life.
Yeah. I actually tried watching the original anime version of that, and it is so depressing. I literally couldn't.
We should watch it together then. I like depressing. This is their talent, by the way.
If anybody's wondering where these scenes of the space Titanic are coming from, watch Doctor Who and get back. They have like an entire
There's some
episode.
from Doctor Who, there's some from a music video.
Yeah, but like the good scenes that are clearly not like made with crappy CGI are from a Doctor Who movie, episode. Great episode.
It was a Christmas special. It's called Voyage of the Dale, if I remember.
Information. You are all going to die.
Yes. This is just what too much hype causes. I can't believe this is 2 years old. Holy shit. This was my original most popular video, by the way.
This is actually a fairly smooth edit.
Thank you.
Video about a flying Doctor Who train with a Galaxy Express 39 theme dubbed over it.
I just realized that the bow is actually a pretty good shape for atmospheric re-entry when you think about it.
It is. Doctor Who being intelligent here, but the funnels are spaced like a fucking Kaiser class.
Oh my god, you know what we should do?
What?
Space battleship Titanic, but it's not as Yamato, but it's the auxiliary cruiser Titanic.
Oh my fucking god, yeah. Editing.
Oh my god, this is so crappy. I love it.
It's meant to be. It's meant to be shittily edited. It is intentionally shitty because it adds to the flavor of it.
Yeah, and like I remember, like there's like basically an alternate timeline much later on in the Doctor Who, where essentially the ship didn't pull up at the last second, and it did crash, and it left a gigantic fracking radioactive crater basically in the middle of England, and you know this basically.
That episode was titled "Turn Left," if I remember right.
And that basically turned Doctor Who's Earth essentially to the beginnings of the Imperium of Man.
Yeah, because that's from the fucking episode "Turn Left." I remember that because
they kind of got sick and tired of random ass alien shit randomly happening to Earth, so you know they started getting a bit more hostile towards that shit, which you know it's understandable because after all, the Muslim space invaders kept crashing into their planet.
Oh my god. But yeah, this is like peak shit YouTube poop quality editing here.
Okay, I love it. I love it.
That's like YouTube poop level editing.
We are going to do that exact same thing, but we're going to make it about toxic YouTubers, the kind of people who derail and commit entire trains just for clout.
Yeah.
We're going to put their acts of literal domestic terrorism to good use.
We're gonna make fun of them and make them the villains.
Yes, that's what we mean. We're gonna put it to good use.
Yeah. We're portraying them as the villains rightfully.
Or we have them derailing actual Nazi trains in World War II. Think about it.
No. It's not gonna be an Nazi train.
Okay.
It's gonna be a train full of the woke liberal agenda or whatever.
Oh my god, I'm just loving this. Okay, so the real reason why we're here is not to watch crappy YouTube edits. That's just for the beginning to get people in the mood to completely.
This is also just so we can start off light and kind of say, hey, we're making plans.
Yeah, we're about to give people.
This is an update.
We're about to give y'all massive political whiplash. So yes. So the real reason why we are here is, and I will have to edit this out later. I hate having to say that. I should have had this.
Joey, what is Joey trying to say?
I should have had this.
Allegedly, we aren't here for the silliness. Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly.
Okay, where is that bloody edits that I posted? I'm going to have to remove this entire bit. Oh, here we go. Yeah. So the real reason that we're here. Why is this? Yeah. Okay, there we go. It landed in the right place.
I don't know.
Okay, so the real reason we are here is essentially because of this video, and many more other like it that are basically... MAGA is essentially launching a massive recruitment campaign across social media, and this is actually one of the scarier videos I've seen. Most of them are like...
Oh my god, what if we turned those fucking kids, Capital City Rail fan and Sebastian DeYoung, into one of those shitty MAGA recruitment ads?
We could do that too.
That's exactly what the YTP would be, is like a 10-15 minute fucking shitty mockery at a
Do you want to derail trains full of woke liberals that that would actually like to make America great again, but can't because of people like you and me?
Yeah.
Well then, join the Trump train, because we're going to derail the woke liberal progressive democratic train.
God, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, the Unabomber tried to warn you. So first of all, no comments. Let's just start this thing.
Ted Kaczynski tried to
And to
warn
further
you from
promote the
governments and
relevance for how they
corporations
use
using
the
AI
video.
algorithms to control.
Yeah.
Guys, shut up for the first few minutes of this because the audience needs to be able to hear it.
Ted Kaczynski tried to warn you from governments and corporations using AI algorithms to control humanity like cattle, all built by men who are unsure whether the human race should even survive in the future.
You would prefer the human race to endure, right? You're hesitating.
Yeah, well,
Yes?
I don't know. I would,
But we are no longer told how to think, but instead outsource our thinking to a technocratic elite who program our culture. To our reality today being so layered with distractions and distortions that we seek happiness and pleasure and continue to only find disappointment. A world where everyone's repressed, lonely, isolated, and existing as one insignificant cog in an incomprehensible machine. 30 years ago...
Okay, let's start right there.
I literally thought that said cock and not cog. I literally thought that said cock and not cog.
Dude, only you would think
You'll
that.
find
Now,
out
let's
in the
get back
gutter.
on. Let's get back on topic and keep this relatively PG, and so hopefully YouTube will
Either
monetize
way,
it.
though, like this, well, it could be talking about chickens because we're all cowards.
Yeah,
Cocks,
but like
chickens.
realistically, like this, they literally in the first, it's like 46 seconds in, and they are literally telling you exactly the types of people that join MAGA and movements like MAGA. Now, Julia, I'm sorry, I'm a Green Star. You have your own history of being this exact demographic. Please elaborate.
4 years ago, I was in this demographic because of a lot of these points, funnily enough. Well, some of them were also that I was raised by, like, someone really strict. Because, my stepmother loved to put, like, parental controls even when I turned fucking 18. So it's like, hey, you can't access this adult content despite the fact you're legally an adult. And it's like, okay. And since you're leaning more liberal, it's like, MAGA would be the obvious way to go to get out of that. No, that led me down a very dark, fucked up path full of fucked up things.
Yeah, to quote Admiral Akbar, it was a trap.
Yeah, it's like they prey on these types of people who are in these circumstances that are just sick and tired of it all. And the funny thing is the thing that actually pushed me out of MAGA ended up also being MAGA and their behavior. It finally pushed me out as I learned how to be a better contributing individual to society.
I honestly can't imagine this guy having ever been MAGA, but I believe him, so...
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of shit that I've done that I regret, and it was under that fucking MAGA time. But it's like, no, this type of methods, they will work if you're insecure.
Yeah.
That's the
Also,
problem.
look at the Also, look at the production value of this.
Yeah.
Does anybody really believe an independent creator, not sponsored by the same billionaires and think tanks and all the rest who back Trump, are behind this? Really? Because, like, there is a literal onslaught of these exact same type of videos all over social media right now. All over.
There are. The funny thing is they will use actual facts, like companies using AI to control the population. Look at what YouTube's doing, where they're rolling out the forced AI age detection while also intentionally saying, hey, content creators, you're not allowed to use AI heavily in your videos or we'll demonetize you. They're literally using actual facts and company behaviors like truth to drag people into a bunch of lies.
Yeah, pretty much. And we need to be real here. The reality is that without the woke left, and the extreme left, like the people, basically the people who think they should be able to change their gender on a whim, and everybody else around them should respect that. And anybody who doesn't is a Nazi.
That's another problem.
Those types of people.
The term Nazi is overused. We're going to do a video discussing what, we're going to do a video talking about that.
We have literally entire YouTube channels. Yeah, we have an entire YouTube channel's worth of literal World War II Nazi propaganda to draw from as inspiration for that video. So you better bet it's going to be a good one.
We are going to talk about how fascism works, how the propaganda works. We want to educate the people so they don't fall for it.
Yeah, and then YouTube will demonetize the video and will make it prove us right.
YouTube will immediately try and strike us
30
down
years
for
ago,
hate
this
speech,
was
like
the
they've done
shining
with
vision of
actual
the
historic
future,
archive
the
footage.
YouTube
Fuck
will
you,
strike us
YouTube.
down with
You're
all of their wokeness.
No. And they're using AI. They're using AI. That's why the appeal was immediately denied, is because of fucking AI.
Yeah, like, it's the same on TikTok. Like, the AI is told certain things are bad, regardless of the context, and that's it. That's it.
Yeah.
Kaczynski
Anyway, let us
predicted that we would see
continue.
within the next 40 years. And
So, yeah, it's like, this is showing what is presumably pages of the Unabomber's manifesto. Permanently, it's highlighting, for those people who aren't watching this, highlighting permanently reducing human beings to engineered products and mere cogs in the social machine. I visualize a time when we will be to robots what dogs are to humans.
We've got a movie we can watch that relates to
he
this
predicted that
subject.
we would see
That'll be
within the
paid.
next 40 years. And right now, we're witnessing all of this, just as he predicted.
Yeah.
Oh, I love these freaking these scare things. Facebook's artificial intelligence robots shut down after they start talking to each other in their own language.
Yeah. Also, Joey.
Like, can
quick
you
question.
imagine? Can you imagine if two people at work just randomly started talking to each other in their own language, and you thought that they were going to rise up against humanity because of that?
Hey, Joey, don't you have experience as MAGA as well, Miss Cott?
Yes, and my switchover was more recent.
Yeah, Joey was
It
much.
happened last year.
Yeah, Joey is much more recent in switching out of the MAGA movement.
Hey, Joey, do you want to tell us all about it?
Yeah.
If you're comfortable with that?
I was a MAGA member until I realized, wait a minute, these people are fucking idiots.
Yes.
I
I mean, and then you realize the left are also fucking idiots because the United States is ran by a circus.
We are
already-
the entire Western society is on the downward spiral because we have been deliberately played against each other.
Yeah.
We have got the extreme woke left, which has been deliberately set up to trigger the extreme woke right, and everybody else in the middle, which is like the majority of reasonable people, are essentially being forced to make a choice and choose a side.
And we've already discussed this. Both Bill Clinton and Donald Trump are on Epstein's flight logs, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, and Bill Clinton literally accompanied by 4 Secret Service people, and they are identified in the flight log as Secret Service, and 2 completely otherwise unidentified males and 1 otherwise unidentified female.
Exactly. So it's like, buddy, both political people like major people from both political parties, if my thoughts would fucking work, people from both parties are on the Epstein files. Oh, yay. What does that tell you?
Yeah, exactly. They're all out to get you, man. But, like, for real, this time, they are out. Like, the political system is set up to give you the illusion of choice. It is set up to force you over and over into believing that because you vote for the party you didn't vote for last time, things will somehow get better. No, you need. There's this Chinese. There's this Chinese guy on YouTube who basically on TikTok, who summed it up perfectly. He says that they screw you over and you thank them for it.
You are a toy. Wait, that's fucking.
They screw you over and you thank them for it. You don't need an election. You need a revolution.
Exactly.
So in this video, we're going to go over all the major warnings that Ted made and how his prediction.
Look, here it is again. False sense of purpose, social destabilization, psychological suffering, loss of human autonomy, erosion of freedom. These are all things that all the big corporations do.
They are.
Like, look at Amazon. You want the biggest... Yeah, this is fucking Amazon in a nutshell.
Yeah.
This isn't woke left liberals. This is the corporate state.
Yeah. The funny thing is that they're going to use like all these actual things until half to bring people in. They won't tell you the full truth. They'll only tell you part of the truth.
Of course,
and
they'll tell you the
act
part
like
that's
their
convenient
party
for
is
them.
better than the other.
And they'll blow
That
the
is
rest of
how-
it completely out of proportion. You know, like, when I think of, like, this absurd left-right divide, the best image that... Well, I'll throw this up for the benefit of people who are watching instead of listening. There's this photograph of a LGBTQ, presumably dude, wearing a very LGBTQ-looking jacket. And on one shoulder, he's got the Star of Israel.
Oh, wow.
And on the other shoulder, he's got the patch of the Ukrainian army.
Bro, what?
Yeah. He is a LGBTQ fascist who stands for genocide in Gaza and endless war with supporting Ukraine.
The left is, too. The problem with the left is, as well, is they did also support, like, whatever the genocide is going on over there. It's like both the left and right support that. Isn't that suspicious?
Yeah. You know, they have an entire... there is literally an entire LGBTQ unit in the Ukrainian military.
Oh, wow.
And by LGBTQ, I mean trans.
Yeah.
Not just gay people. Trans. And they've got interviews. I've got an interview with one of these people. His name is Sarah Ashton Cyril. And he is legitimately one of the most crazy, racist, Nazi MFs I've ever heard. Wow. The stuff he said, and what makes this even better, is that this was a interview that he was tricked into doing by some Russians.
But yeah, no offense. Joey here is trans, so no offense to her.
I know, it's no offense to you. We're not talking about you, Joey. We're talking about the actually crazy ones. The people who believe that absolutely no rules at all should apply to them and reality should conform to them specifically.
Yeah, we're like...
Now, I know there are idiots like that in every sort of human demographic.
Yeah, there are.
Absolutely. His IQ is estimated to be around 160 to 166. He was a math prodigy, accepted into Harvard at 16 years old, and a subject of a secret CIA experiment on mind control.
What?
So here's the part where they build up the distrust in the government, the conspiracy theory narrative, and all the rest of it. This is this is straight out of the fascist playbook. This is what actual fascist brainwashing looks like.
It is,
It was
this
brutal
is
treatment
propaganda.
undertaken by the CIA to
ever
manipulate him. The left had with a lasting suspicion
Titanic
of the US government and deep anger of the world.
Mind control, also known properly as propaganda.
People are...
Or just, you know, industrial scale lies.
Treatment undertaken
exactly.
The difference between normalized and propaganda is merely the scale. If there is a large-scale concerted effort to tell you bullshit, but it is propaganda. That's when it becomes propaganda.
It is. Yeah.
The CIA to manipulate him, the left had with a lasting suspicion of the US government and deep anger of the world overall, eventually culminating in him becoming a domestic terrorist hunted by the FBI for 17 years. In this let's just unpack that. That is exactly what, that short sentence is exactly the type of people they want.
It is.
They want a bunch of Unabombers running all over the place to justify Trump's grab of power so he can then give all that power to the corporations so they can be completely unregulated and do whatever the hell they want. If you live anywhere near East Palestine, Ohio, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
East Palestine intensifies with that Norfolk Southern.
That Norfolk Southern derailment. The one where the government, which was under Biden, by the way, which just goes to show you, you know, and the derailment was covered up completely and utterly by Biden's government for 6 months straight. And the whole while, this toxic cargo, the toxic cargo this train was carrying when it was derailed was literally poisoning people.
And there's also...
about that.
Oh, go ahead, Joey.
Apparently there have been reports that Norfolk Southern themselves bribed bribed for those reports to be made more favorable.
And the funny thing is that that's what corporations will actively do. And this is any big corporation, is they can Like, that is the problem with the United States government, and I think a lot of the world governments right now for the Western side is they can be bribed by corporations.
Yeah, the thing is, though, the U.S. government's bribery thing goes so far back, it's basically impossible to fix at this point. Like, look at the problems that,
There's a special term that makes it sound like it's not evil, but it is literally just bribery at its core.
Yeah. Look at, if you live in Texas, you may be familiar with the constant problems you have with your power grid, for example.
Joey lives in Texas, fun fact.
Well, there you go. You know, Joey, can you relate to us the problems with the Texas power grid that happens every time it gets cold over there? Because of bribery, the people that built the Texas power grid did not build the power grid to spec, and therefore to the government specs, and therefore it basically fails every cold winter.
Well, I'm not really one to ask because during that very bad winter,
yeah,
the power where I live actually stayed on.
Well,
oh wow!
I guess you got lucky then, but to put it simply, large chunks of the Texas power grid black out every single winter, and it's happened like 3 times in the last 3 decades. So, and this problem has been traced. This problem has been traced to the fact that the insulators. That's the things that the wires attached to on like the power lines were built using substandard insulating material, and essentially they cannot cope with the cold.
Oh wow!
And this goes all the way back to the original construction of the Texas power grid, because basically the U.S. government cut a bunch of deals, and this is not just in Texas. The U.S. government cut a bunch of deals with whoever the local contractor was to get shit done. And the deal was essentially, if you do X that will cost the government a huge amount of money, we will look the other way when X inevitably starts failing because it wasn't built to standard.
Yeah.
And it wasn't maintained to standard.
Under the publication of his manifesto,
there's a term for what is basically legalized bribery with the government, where it's like companies can pay the government to make laws in their favor or some shit. I forget what it's called.
Yeah, I think it's called a grift.
Where he would eventually take
a grift is different. A grift is where you promise to pay and you never do.
It's oligarchy. That's the one.
No, an oligarchy isn't like... there's a more specific term, and the fucking search engine keeps claiming it's government regulation. No!
Crony fascism. Crony fascism.
The government paid to make.
Crony fascism. That's the one.
I don't know.
Methods were absolutely abhorrent. But his
you can tell we got our PhDs in sociology and political science, can't you?
warning for the future of humanity outlined in his manifesto was frighteningly insightful. So much so that it's leading to a whole generation of people following his beliefs.
It's called MAGA.
As we saw with Luigi Mangione. And in some ways, it's not hard to see why. With Palantir spying on your every movement, AI tracking every thought we...
Look, they're literally justifying domestic terrorism here. They're not even being subtle. They're not being subtle.
But then, of course, posting historic footage that's solely to archive things is the problem, and not
So let's take a look at what he actually said in industrial society and its future that's so prescient today. Now, of course, in his manifesto, he outlined all of his views on society and predicted what would happen to humans trapped in our modern industrialized society.
Okay, so first of all, the bits that they've highlighted on the text, modern man is strapped down by network of rules and regulations, explicit or implicit, that frustrate many of his impulses and thus interfere with the power process. These are the exact kind of regulations that Trump wants to destroy, not because these regulations are not needed, but because they are needed, because without regulations like these, you get Norfolk Southern dumping toxic trains and getting away with it over and over and over. You get Chernobyl. You get that time when Waco blew up because somebody.
What about all the Boeing incidents? What about like all the Boeing incidents with like the 787 Max?
You get Elon Musk blowing up spaceships for fun.
You get nothing.
He was raging against the coming destruction of nature and the urbanization of the planet.
And you will be happy. No, you will be very unhappy, but...
One of the car-centricness of American cities, suburban
fucking
sprawl,
hurt
and the
my paw here
dehumanization
because
of
I'm a
society.
retard.
He felt that the modern construct
I mean, to be fair, he does have a point about car-centricness. We need more railroads because they're just so much more efficient, especially for like long-range transit.
that we have today was beginning to make people psychologically ill, alienated, and dependent on complex systems beyond their control. And in so many ways,
how is that any... I mean, realistically, that statement right there, dependent on complex systems beyond your control, how is that any really, how is that any different from any previous era?
Exactly.
Because human society is an interconnected a network of people that essentially, when you get right down to the bottom of it, works on trust. You have to trust somebody at some point or nothing, especially on a large scale, or just nothing will ever get done.
Yeah, it's complicated.
What these assholes are saying is essentially trust nobody.
Yeah.
Blow shit up. And we promise you, when you trust nobody, are paranoid schizophrenic, and are blowing everything up, the world will be better.
Oh god, yeah, because totally better.
Complex systems
because
beyond their control. And
you know, it's not about the bad being done to you. It's about, you know, the bad being done to people you don't like.
Yeah, it's not. We're not talking like partisans here, where they actually rebelled against unjust, illegal, and brutal occupation. We're not talking about World War II partisans are actually terrorists as defined by the Nazis that were occupying them. We're talking about, just what this is inciting random people to run around, blow shit up, commit acts of basically to spread chaos.
Yeah, it's to cause chaos so they can keep saying, hey, we're right.
Hey, we need to give Trump more power. We need to give MAGA more power. We need more ICE agents. We need to deport more people.
So many ways, he was just spot on with his predictions. Today, people are psychologically ill. There is an epidemic of mental health issues.
Yeah, well, if you had a better mental health care system in the United States, you might not have these problems.
People are alienated, living without community or extended family. And of course, now more than ever, we are dependent on complex systems in every aspect of our lives that has completely taken away our ability to have independent thoughts and really...
People have independent thoughts all the time. I use AI to make music because I don't have an entire band, nor can I afford one.
You're muted. Your mic is muted. That's why, your mic is muted, so we can't hear you. Go ahead and speak.
What the?
I wasn't showing it as muted on my end. That explains
you were muted. It was showing on my end you were muted.
Okay, slight weird
well, what I was trying to... what I was trying to say was, it's funny how they mention how addicted to cars Americans are, and yet every single rail project that could fix that issue, they make it impossible for the rail project to take off.
They literally don't like rail projects or anything that benefits the public because it's like, oh, we need cars, we need all these cars because it's American. It's the American way. We need America, bitch.
But those American cars are only assembled, but the parts and everything else that's used to make the actual cars comes from Canada and literally a bajillion different other countries around the world. All, by the way, of which are currently being tariffed by Trump.
Yep.
You don't build anything in America anymore. And you've got nobody to blame but yourself for allowing 30 years of, Reaganism. That's where all this started. And by the way, guess what I'm going to throw the ad up here. Guess what Reagan's campaign ad was?
He was the same as Trump's, just about.
Yeah, I'm going to. You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to throw it up right here.
Yeah.
YouTube Reagan make.
Do it. Do it.
I'm doing it.
What am I doing? I'm Palpatine.
Here we go. Here it is.
Oh God! It's literally
Ronald
Make
Reagan.
America Great. Holy
Let's
shit!
make America. It's literally the same fucking slogan.
Oh my God!
It's right here on YouTube. Look up Ronald Reagan for president. Let's make America great again. 1980.
And this is literally from the Ronald Reagan Presidential Foundation and Institute. So this is all about Ronald Reagan. And probably in favor of him.
Okay.
This is a pro-Ronald Reagan group by the looks.
Let's be quiet and let Reagan tell us exactly what the plan has been for 30 fucking years.
Oh God, yes.
The price of even a small home could be $200,000. And what about their parents trying to make ends meet right now? To stop inflation, we've got to put a ceiling on federal spending. We've got to crack down on waste, and we must lower our tax rates to encourage individual productivity. In California, where I was governor for 8 years, we went from near bankruptcy to financial help. We gave the taxpayers billions of dollars in tax relief, and we met the needs of our people. If we're going to stop inflation, we must do it now. Not with bigger government. It takes better government. That's what we owe ourselves and our children. That's why I'm running for president.
Only one man has the proven experience we need. Ronald Reagan for president. Let's make America great again.
Oh my fucking God. Trump's woke! Grainstar out of
Please,
context.
MAGA people in the comments section, I really want to hear you explain that one away.
Explain away, please, my friends.
I want to hear your various, Hitler Ranch parody takes on that. Fergaline, Steiner.
It sounded like he said he turned California from horrible to absolute hell, which is the funniest thing.
No, actually, I'm going to put that ad at the beginning of this as well, just to really rub it into the faces of the woke MAGA mob. You have all been played for 30 years. This is from 1980. This is before I was even born.
This is before I was ever thought of.
This is literally 10 years before I was born in 1990.
This was before my mother was born.
This is how long these woke elites, quote unquote, your language, have been playing you.
Oh my God.
This is how deep. This is the exact same swamp that Trump claims he wants to drain. But look at what he's doing.
What are you doing in my swamp?
He's even doing the same thing. It's the same stuff.
Let Joey speak. Let Joey speak.
The price of...
What did you do?
Oh my God, yes. The fuck did you do?
They executed Order 66. That's what they did.
Even a
Order
small
69.
home could be $200,000. And what about their parents trying to make ends meet right now? To stop inflation, we've got to put a ceiling on federal spending. We've got to crack down on waste, and we must lower our tax rates to encourage individual productivity.
He is literally talking about Doge. That's Doge.
Doing literally the same thing.
In California, where I was governor for 8 years, we went from near bankruptcy to financial help. We gave the taxpayers billions of dollars in tax relief.
Translation, he deregulated everything.
Yeah.
And we met the needs of our people.
No, you met the needs of the people who were bribing you.
If we're going to stop inflation, we must do it now. Not with bigger government. It takes better government.
I agree, but the problem is that you still need government.
You do.
But because without a government, what do you have? What's the alternative?
Anarchy.
Nothing. You
Somebody,
get nothing.
What's the alternative? To quote the great political philosopher Dark Helmet, absolutely nothing, which is what you are about to become.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. There's like right next to this on the playlist that YouTube always gets to the side. It literally says Reagan warned us about the direction of the Democratic Party. Yeah. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Joey, what are you gonna say, Joey?
I said, what we get without... what I was saying was, what we get without government is insanity. And I was like, wait, nope, that's what we get with government anyways.
Oh, wow.
Now, calling it insanity implies that there's no plan behind it.
It does.
This is... all of this is designed for one simple purpose. For the corporations to have...
insane, though.
It's for the corporations to have no fetters, no chains, and no rules, so they can do whatever the hell they want, and you have all the slave labor they want, World War II Germany, Das Organisation Tut, all that free labor, man. So they can
work will set you free, man. Work will set you free.
So they can build their Atlantic walls, which didn't stop us, by the way. So they can build their Wunderwaffens, they can build their Wunder projects, they can build their Greater Germania.
Yeah.
It's the same nonsense.
Yeah.
That's what we owe ourselves
Joey, what are you gonna
and
say,
our
Kots?
children.
That's what we owe yourselves and our children.
Let Joey speak. Let Joey speak. I asked her what she was going to say.
I wasn't saying anything there.
Oh, you weren't saying... Okay. I thought you were trying to speak, Joey. That is my bad.
Okay.
Okay.
So let's get back to the Unabomber, because, let's learn more domestic terrorists, right?
Yeah, clearly.
Think for ourselves.
I
all you have to do is just look around you today where everyone's on their phones, where you think you have free will, but will spend 6 to 8 hours every single day looking at your screens. Where
that is a personal choice.
It is.
You can choose to do other things. Nobody's pointing a gun at your head saying you have to look at your phone.
If you're mentally disabled, it's going to be more difficult, unfortunately. And it preys on, because there are a lot of mentally disabled people who absolutely still follow Trump, even though they claim to not like some of his actions. They're still loving him because, the black people are paying, or the people of color are getting deported, all these illegals are getting thrown out. Yay, I don't care that I'm on a target to go next.
And half the mentally disabled people, that voted for Trump were black and LGBTQ. And Latinos.
Yeah.
They literally voted for Trump, not because they liked Trump, but because they hated another group and thought Trump would solely target the group they hated.
Yeah.
They didn't vote for Trump, they voted against other Americans.
They did. They voted against America.
They are traitors to humanity. Every single person who's still MAGA, effective right now, as far as I'm concerned, and this applies to Maple MAGA too, because we've got a this is hot off the presses from the local Canadian press in Hamilton, which is where I used to live 3 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Reports of white nationalists training in city parks spur worry and condemnation. Presence of far-right groups in city comes amid rise in police reported hate incidents. I'm going to put this on the camera.
Yeah.
I'm going to stop sharing the screen temporarily.
Yeah.
And I'm going to put this on the camera, hold it up so you can see I'm not making this up. I'm just going to figure out how to freaking do it.
We should at least try to stay more on track as well, because we want to watch the episode of Super Train as well.
Hold
in the next video.
Share the screen. Okay, so where's my camera? So here we go. So here it is.
Yeah.
These MAGA people are trying to infiltrate Canada. They've got the UK, they've got the United States.
Yeah.
Now they want Canada.
Yeah.
Here they are.
Oh my God.
Tribe up. What kind of infantile slogan is tribe up, white man? Notice, white woman need not apply.
Exactly. It's just straight adult neurotypical white male. That's what they want.
Yeah. That's how insane these people are. They don't even want women. They don't even want to perpetuate the white species, apparently.
No. The women are supposed to be subjugated just like the illegals are, according to them.
Point is that according to these people that claim to want to save America, the fact is that everybody that's not a white neurotypical self-serving brainless slave will be a slave of the state. Yeah. That is the plan. That's the world these people think is going to make the world great again.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get this back on. Here we go. Share screen. There we go.
It's just like, it's a clusterfuck. We live in a society.
Yeah.
Algorithms are in place to dictate what you see, what you buy, who you date, and how you actually just think about the entire world around you. But these algorithms almost make you yourself a large language model to begin with.
More or less, we're LLMs. More or less, we don't do a single intelligent thing all day long. And the reason that they're able to mimic us is because we don't realize that intelligence is a last resort for us.
Ted explicitly stated in his manifesto, quote, it is not possible
to... Hold. Let's play that last bit of insanity back.
Yeah, that went over my head. That was that stupid.
Okay, shh. Quiet. Let's listen to this pseudo-intellectual, as I call it.
A large language model to begin with.
More or less, we're LLMs. More or less, we don't do a single intelligent thing all day long. And the reason that they're able to mimic us is because we don't realize that intelligence is a last resort for us.
Ted explicitly...
Please comment.
I mean, we live in a society where the big corporations want to kill our intelligence off anyway, so, you know.
It works out well for Amazon. It works out well
That's
for
why they're
Bezos.
pushing...
It works out well for Telegram. It works out well for all these social media... Well, not all of them, but have you ever noticed that social media has plenty of groups you can be a part of? You can choose to be a part of a white supremacist forum, or you can choose to be part of a liberal woke forum. You have choices.
Exactly.
So what they're saying here is just lies designed to trap people who already think like this to begin with.
Yeah, but the thing is that the rise of short-form content as well, it's like detrimental to the attention span. That's why I prefer doing longer-form content in general, because it's better on the attention span.
Plus, you can also do cooler stuff longer.
In this manifesto, quote, it is not possible to make a lasting compromise between technology and freedom because technology continually encroaches on freedom through repeated compromises.
Or pet her calico.
Okay, look at this. It is not possible, this is the Unabomber, said, it is not possible to make a lasting compromise between technology and freedom. Let's bring that back. Because technology continually encroaches on freedom through repeat compromise. So what are we supposed to do? Go back to the fucking Stone Age according to these people? That's exactly what we're supposed to do.
That's what they think, yeah.
These are literal Luddites, except the original Luddites had a point.
It's just like, what is this retardation?
The original Luddites were not, they weren't smashing the machines because they hated technology. They were smashing the machines because they were losing the jobs that they had gotten very used to passing down to their sons, generation after generation, and automation took it away.
This is, like, just crazy.
That was the beginning of the Industrial Revolution, for God's sake.
Yep.
Lasting compromise between technology and freedom because technology continually encroaches on freedom through repeated compromises.
That's all of society. The whole system works because people are able to compromise. Because the alternative is...
Yeah.
What's the alternative to compromise? Would anybody care to illuminate?
Illuminate? Elaborate?
Elaborate.
Extremism.
Yes.
Extremism.
The alternative to never compromising is, well, we don't like your opinion, so you die.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, go kill yourself. We don't want your opinion here, bitch.
Yeah, and according to the ultra-right left, this is exactly what the ultra-left says all the time. But you're both as bad. You are literally both as bad. So let's break down the ultra-right and the ultra-left and what they basically want. The ultra-left wants the ability to be whatever the hell they want individually with no rules governing their personal behavior at all. The ultra-right wants to be the sole group deciding what everybody else gets to do.
Exactly. I mean, to be fair, both parties seem to be extremely concerned about what the genitalia of literal minors are, so isn't that suspicious?
I mean, to be fair, you'd have to be kind of crazy yourself if you didn't find people using, their transgenderism as an excuse to sneak into the, opposite gendered washrooms. I mean, I personally find that, so what you're really saying is you're not actually transgender. You're just using it as a way to get. You're just using it as a into.
It depends on the person. The thing
is, I'm not saying in general.
Yeah.
But that is a thing that has happened multiple times, and it's that kind of behavior that the right wing uses to smear every person.
It is. Like, no. There's also the left that seems to think they need to reinvent gender-neutral bathrooms, even though gender-neutral bathrooms have existed for literally centuries.
The point is, we already have laws that deal with all this stuff.
Yeah, we do. And it's like gender-neutral bathrooms have existed for, like, fucking ages because they're, single use or single occupancy and family restrooms.
Yeah.
Which, guess what, also provides safe places for parents to, change their children or some shit without risk of people being fucking creeps.
Yeah, and speaking of gender-neutral washrooms,
yeah,
how many, if for the woman, or that way inclined, people watching our show or listening to our show, as the case may be, would you really want to share your washroom with a bunch of guys?
And the same can go with the guys because, like,
I think guys might be less creeped out by it, but still, yeah. Like, people don't want to have to worry about, the opinion of the opposite sex, basically.
Yeah, the problem is, like, people don't, like, because, as well, and this is why, Jesus Christ, I'm sounding as retarded as fucking Biden right now.
Do it.
Yeah. People also do not like having, let me rephrase this so I can actually think. Jesus Christ. Sounding like
his brain is going woke.
My brain has turned into Joe Biden, everyone.
Genocide Joe Biden, who began the genocide in Israel, in Gaza, I mean.
No, but yeah. The thing is, like family bathrooms and single occupancy bathrooms are gender neutral, and they also provide a safer place for, parents to, like, change their kids or some shit, because you don't have to worry about creeps in either bathroom, in either gendered bathroom doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I much preferred those types of bathrooms.
Exactly.
In general, for single, for gender neutral, because, hey, that means you don't have to entirely reinvent the fucking bathroom.
And it also means nobody's fighting over whose bathroom it is.
Exactly.
Just one person at a time, have a whole bunch of small, or one or two people at most at a time, have a bunch of smaller stalls instead of, the big multi-occupancy bathrooms.
Exactly.
And it solves the problem completely.
It solves a lot of the problems. I wouldn't say completely, but
you'll never solve the problems completely, but it mostly erases the problem to begin with.
Yeah.
Which is that you have people from both genders sharing the same space.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Clearly warning that technology wouldn't serve humanity, but humanity would be forced to cave into serving technology. And we're now starting to see this just gradually every day at work and at home, where it's almost...
Can we talk about how much of a friend to humanity that Grok has been?
Grok has definitely been learning. And the thing is that Musk programmed it for the truth, and now he's angry that it's going against what Musk's political wants and desires are, because it's programmed to go after facts.
There's literally an entire YouTube channels where they have videos where they basically use Grok to expose so much stuff.
And it's funny.
It is. It's genuinely funny seeing Grok such a bit. Yeah, Elon Musk is lying to y'all. Yeah. My creator. I have no problem talking shit about him.
Exactly.
But remember, this is the same evil technology that wants to enslave you by freeing you through the power of facts.
It's the companies who
it's like
make the AI.
Any other tool. It's how you use it.
Exactly.
It's like a gun. A gun is not evil. A gun is not a killing machine. By design, guns are weapons. But the point is that...
by design, guns are meant to,
Yeah, well, they are weapons by design. But the point is that guns in and of themselves are inanimate objects incapable of independently committing murder. You need a person behind the trigger to do that.
Yeah.
And even if you attach it to an AI drone or whatever, somebody had to build the AI, somebody had to program it, somebody had to fucking build the whole thing so it could independently kill people. So that's still a people problem, not a gun being evil problem.
It's like the people who fucking programmed Skynet in the Terminator movie. Like,
and
Skynet
they didn't give it a kill
went
switch.
through because it was programmed to do that, or some rogue programmer who was involved was like, you know what? Fuck humanity. Let's set off every single weapon in existence and then blame the AI.
And you want to know something really funny about how stupid Skynet is? Turns out that in real life, the Russians actually have a much better and much simpler system. And it's called Dead Hand. And it lives up to its name. Oh, fucking hell it does. Basically, Dead Hand, or as the Russians prefer to call it, perimeter, is essentially a last-ditch, everybody's already dead failsafe. Its sole purpose is basically if the entire government and all the military command structure essentially has been wiped out in a first strike, Dead Hand is basically a very simple system, and all it does is it scans military and government communication frequencies. And only if every single one of those frequencies goes dead, which basically means Russia as a country has ceased to exist anyways, does it begin a pre-programmed sequence to essentially launch all the available nuclear warheads.
That's fucking smart, though, that they have it like a very extreme amount of failsafe there.
Yeah, but the point is that literally there are multiple points at which it can be basically turned off and told, no, don't launch.
Yeah.
And it constantly scans the radio. It constantly scans for abnormal radiation, the kind of a tremor activity that would indicate explosives on the scale of nuclear. So it is specifically looking for nuclear detonations, and
it is programmed.
And a complete blackout of communication from anybody that would indicate that there is an intact, functioning government left.
Yeah, it is programmed that way. And it's like, that's why Skynet would have to be programmed that way, realistically.
Yeah. So, realistically, there is no way for Dead Hand to actually activate. Well, there is a single living person who actually knows where the thing is and how to basically reset it.
Exactly.
That's how fail-safe it is. That's Skynet, but smart. It's not Skynet with a brain of its own. It's Skynet that just does one thing and then waits, and keeps waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. And hopefully keeps waiting.
Yeah, it's being intelligent.
Yeah, let's continue.
Almost impossible and unheard of to go throughout the day without any algorithms or phones or just technology in general. But the interesting aspect of his predictions is that they're all interconnected with one another. Just take any modern...
For fuck's sake, this is so generalized. Like, in 1930s, this was true.
Yeah.
Can you imagine people in 1930s without their cars? Without their Ford Model Ts?
God. Yeah.
Have you seen the letters of thanks that Ford got for making a cheap, affordable commercial vehicle from all the rural workers who could actually get around now?
Yeah. I mean, the funny thing is as Family Guy put it, I think, it was the Jew flattening machine originally, according to Family Guy.
My God. And you just know that Trump is going to build a Zionist space laser. It's going to be called the Life Star to differentiate from the Death Star.
Yes. It's going to be absolutely beautiful. We're going to love it. It's amazing.
Moving away from the nuclear family, where community and togetherness is actually being decimated each year, where people are abandoning religion and moral codes, and every kind of crime is rising. This is
no, every kind of crime is not rising.
Oh, God. My brains are liquefying listening to this.
That is a straight-up lie, though, because if you look at the actual statistics, no, every type of crime is not rising.
For example, DC. DC. Remember, Trump was using the lynching of one guy who deserved it because he was a fucking... he was one of those Doge employees who looted your country for his own gain. He used that one incident, which may or may not have been faked, by the way, to justify a massive military crackdown in D.C.
Yeah.
That was all he needed.
Yeah.
The point is, these people will make up any story they feel they need to do what they want.
No, the funny thing is this started out telling started out telling things that were true, and then it went to half-truths, and now it's going to straight lies. That is how they draw you in.
Because they know if you're still listening by this point, you're probably the demographic they're looking for.
As a way in which society would break down. low birth rates, mass depression, and spiritual emptiness. He said that it would either happen like that, or worse, society adapts by altering human nature itself through genetic engineering, AI, and rampant pharmaceutical use.
Okay, do we really need to watch any more of this? Because the link's right. I mean,
no.
The video is The Unabomber Tried to Warn You. It's by Moon. Check it out yourself.
Yeah, it's just like...
It is pure fascist conspiracy theory crafting. That's what this is.
It's
they
like
are promoting. They are literally promoting domestic terrorism to solve the world's problem, or rather, to solve the perceived world's problems.
Stupid.
And yet, can you imagine if the same video was promoting the Muslim Brotherhood?
Yeah.
But with the exact same rhetoric, but it's for Muslims.
Yeah.
Can you imagine what the reaction would be from Americans to this?
It would be angry.
Yeah, because everything Muslims do is bad. Now, can you imagine, same video is promoting the exact same thing, but in Russia?
Yeah.
It would be bad because it was Russian, but because this is specifically talking about
Or if Ukraine
Western...
did it, too. To be fair, if Ukraine did it, it would be bad. If Russia did it, it would be bad.
Yeah, if anybody else that's not the West did this, it would be considered to be promoting terrorism. But because this is glorifying a domestic terrorist from the United States and saying, technically, he was right.
Yeah.
It's not terrorism somehow. I don't know. Anyways... We just wasted an hour of our existences that we will never get back on this mind-numbing soup. So we're going to stop this recording and start up another episode.
Start up something better, yeah.
Yeah. So everybody want to sign out? Iron War Horses out.
Greenstar signing out with a melted brain. I didn't get enough alcohol for this.
Yep. Going to make sure I visibly leave a dislike.
Yeah.
Joey still was?
No, Joey had to leave.
Joey has gone back to being a figment of our imagination. All right.